If you screamed money, I did too as soon as I heard about this story. What's going on, everyone? Badger here, and Daisy Ridley's back. She's back, and she's here to tell us, at least she told in the interview, and I'm going to tell you, she explains why she's coming back to Star Wars. And of course, rent prices and the fact that she probably hasn't had a solid job. I mean, obviously, she's doing small acting things, but we haven't heard much from Daisy Ridley in the last 5 years. So, of course, money and more exposure would be the main reason. And I'm sure she's going to do some sweet lie here about how, oh, it's just a great story we've never seen before. Let's see. Let's see what Daisy says is the reason for coming back, which is funny because Oscar Isaac was like, oh, I wouldn't go back and do Star Wars unless I needed another house. So that should explain you. And he's still getting acting roles. So, Star Wars, Daisy Ridley teases plans for Rey movie to take the franchise in a different direction. Yeah, a different direction. This time, we're going to actually adapt EU stories, but instead of accurately and with Luke, we're going to have it be with Rey. The expectation had been that Charmin Obaid Chinoy's untitled follow-up to The Rise of Palpatine. Oh, geez, it did again. The Rise of Skywalker would be the first Star Wars movie in theaters since the Skywalker saga wrapped up in 2019. However, it was last week that Lucasfilm announced plans for The Mandalorian and Grogu to come first. Heh, giggity. Very selfish of them. Also, such an original title. Charmin Obaid Chinoy's movie starring Daisy Ridley as Rey is still on the way and may or may not arrive before Dave Filoni or James Mangold's respective projects. The latter, if it even happens after Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny bombed, is probably the furthest off. Yeah, that's James Mangold's supposed to be a Dawn of the Jedi, which is funny because they got rid of Dan and Dave, who did the Game of Thrones. They wanted to do a Dawn of the Jedi, and they were like, no, we don't like that. And then they ended up just doing that movie with James Mangold. But yeah, that's right. That might not even happen. Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson originally teamed up to pen the script, set during what's since been dubbed the New Jedi Order. It was always called the New Jedi Order. Jesus. Only for creative differences with Lucasfilm to lead to their departure. And that's like the 8th creative difference they've had with people from Colin Trevorrow to Patty Jenkins, Dan and Dave. It didn't take long before Stephen Knight, who created Peaky Blinders, great show, came on board only for work to be halted by the WGA strike. We recently learned that his draft still hasn't been handed into Lucasfilm, and there's no fucking script. Let's hear what Daisy had to say. Sorry, I buried the lead. I got caught up in the bullshit. So she's talking to Allocene. She's talking about what convinced her to return as Rey. She says, that was actually quite last minute. I was actually making my own film last year, and Kathy Kennedy said she wanted to have breakfast. And I thought we were just having breakfast. So there I was, having my breakfast. Yes, okay. And she goes, oh, by the way, we might do another one. And I'm like, okay. So I thought about it for a little bit. And once I knew what the story was and everything I knew, it was something I really wanted to do. I think it's a really fantastic exploration of the Star Wars world. It's a really cool way of taking the story on in a bit of a different direction. Now, what the hell that could actually mean both intrigues me and terrifies me in pretty much equal measure. Rey's return will take us the furthest we've been beyond the Skywalker saga and Disney's new canon. Yeah, which no one is interested in, even though in the EU it was a banger. Go look up Star Wars Legacies with Cade Skywalker, who's the great grandson of Luke Skywalker. Oh, great stuff. That would make $1 billion. That would be like a hard R adult TV show if they ever did Cade Skywalker. Anyway, she says, Daisy says, I know the storyline for one film. That's not to say that that's all it is, but that's what I was told about. And I imagine it will be the next film. I mean, again, I don't know post strikes and everything, how quickly everything will start up again. But yes, so far I know the story of one film, and I think people will be very excited. What Raylos, I guess, maybe. And that's it. And the only confirmed details we have so far is that Charmin Ultra's doing it 15 years after the last movie. Let me know what you think of this. Yeah, top comment, Jan. Hey, we got to talk about something, though. And this might just be an extra special layer of bad with all that extra activism put in by Charmin. Let me know what you think of this in the comments, babies. Like, share, subscribe. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And we'll see you on the next one.